Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to talk about how to model this Starbucks water bottle inside of Rhino. First of all, you can see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of transitional surfaces on this wall. This looks pretty cool. Let's go to Rhino. I will set the unit as centimeters, and then I will choose C, stands for circle. I'll click 0, stands for the origin, and then I will choose 3 as the radius. The next thing I'll do is I will Control C, Control V, move it up for 10 units, and then rotate it for 25 degree. I'll select this Control C, Control V again, move it up for 10 units, and rotate it for another 25 degree. I'll select all of those curves. I'll type in loft. I'll move this to the knot, move this to this knot, hit OK. Great. I'll go to the front view. Let's take a look. This to this bottom edge is smaller between this and this, at least on the drawing, it looks like it. So what I would do is I would draw a reference line here, a little bit shorter right here. And then I will scale it down on the Z direction. So drag it down a little bit. This is great. So let's start from here. I would isolate it, and then I will choose duplicate border. Select this curve, and then I will divide it for 10 segments. I'll click it, and I'll choose split. I'll choose iso curve. This is not the direction I want, so I will click it to U direction. 1, 2, 3. That's all we need. We need 3 of those. I'll delete it. I will get 3 of those curves or surfaces, and then I will just isolate this one. I'll choose duplicate border, and then I will choose extract iso curve, V direction. This is great. I'll click to the midpoint, got this, and then I will unhide everything. I'll delete it, and delete this one. This is great. So the next thing I will do is I will select this, set it PT to the Z direction. So they are on the same direction. Basically, I'm selecting this arc, and I will select the central control point. And then I will type in scale, and I will choose the center of this curve. So click, make sure you have center clicked, and then I will select it. And I will move in just a little bit. Right. So the next thing I will do is I will choose sweep to rail, select this first one. Well, before that, let's explode it. So I will sweep to rail, select first rail, second rail, select the first cross section, second one, and then the third one. Hit OK. So the next thing I will do is I will just rotate it from the center point again and use those knots. Actually, let's just use a point only. Click off the center one here, here, and here. So we have 3 of those surfaces. Let's make a copy and use it as reference. If we join them together, they can definitely be jointed as a poly surface. But if we turn on the zebra, you will see that the continuity in between is horrible. If you really zoom in, they are completely snapped. So that means it's G0 continuity here. That's not good. So what we can do is, of course, we can match the edges, right? Or we can match the surfaces. But right here, we have an easier way to do so. We can just use a tool called merge surface. So if we merge the surfaces and the roundness set to 1, let's see what's going to happen. Remember, we have a crease here. If we turn on the rendered mode, right, we have this very nice crease here. But if we click roundness as 1 and smooth as yes, if we select them, this disappear. But instead, there were two surfaces here, but now it's one. And then if we turn on the control points, you can see that this is a continuous one control, like sets of control points in between. And if we turn on the 0, of course, the continuity is great. So, but we don't want that. What we can do is we can choose merge surface again, and we can choose the roundness to 0.005. Click first one, click the second one, and then now, once we see it from the side, we still can see this beautiful crease. But if we turn on the zebra, and once we zoom in, you will see that the continuity in between is great. So that's some like ability of this tool, merge surface. We can repeat this process by doing for this pier. And then let's go to the shaded mode. You will see that this three surfaces has been jointed or merged into one. And what we need to do the next is actually we're going to select this, and we're going to split this again by using the ISO curve. Why we are doing that, I will explain to you later. Split it in ISO curve, and let's choose the center one first. Click it on. Got the center one. Sorry. Split ISO curve, not using the center one, my bad. We will just use a point, okay? Select the surface, and then point 1, point 2. Delete this one, delete this one. We have this one left. Great. And then the next thing I'll do is I will rotate. Center of the rotation. Of course, we need the center again. And then we click it off. So we will use a point as a reference. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we can select them, and we will rotate them again. Use the center one as reference. Click it off from here to here. Great. So something's wrong in this process. Let's do it again. Center of the rotation. Click it off from this point all the way to this point. Now it's correct. Great. So if we got these surfaces and we join them together, they can be joined into one continuous surface. At the same time, I will take a look. You will see that there are very smooth transitions in between the bottom to the top, and that's very important too. So what I will do is I will isolate it, I will explode it, and then I will merge surface. But this time, I don't want any smoothness in between. I just want to keep the surfaces because remember, we have already smoothed it out earlier. So I'll select this pier. They say cannot merge trimmed edges surfaces, right? So what we can do is we can just shrink the trimmed surface. So now let's do it again. Merge surface. Smoothness, make sure it's turned to no. Okay, great. Okay, great. We have one edge left that's impossible to just merge it because this is already one continuous surface. You cannot just merge the seal, right? That's why I asked you to split it after you merge them earlier, because otherwise, when you comes to this end, you cannot merge the end, which means you cannot match them. That's why we did that earlier. Okay. The next thing I will do is I'll select this one, then lock it, select everything, bring it to another layer because we will not use those curves anymore. And then what I will do is I will select this one, bring it to the red layer because we need this one later. Select this surface and then duplicate edge. Select this edge, okay. And then we're going to Control C, Control V, bring it, set PT, set the Z direction, and bring it here. We're going to hide this layer, select this curve, and then we're going to loft it. Hit OK. The next thing I'll do is I will join them together. As you can see that you cannot do so, and let's figure out why is that the reason. Unable to join the poly surfaces. Let's see, merge surface. You can merge the surface on the other hand. So sometimes you're gonna have this weird problems with all those surfaces. Just try different tools. And I will do the same for the bottom. I will Control C, Control V, set PT, bring it here to the bottom, and then I will loft those surfaces too. But you can see that there's something wrong with it. So I'm going to select this one, select this one. Great. And then let's merge the surface too. So now let's take a look of this condition. Horizontal is also great. So both vertical and horizontal continuity is great. So we can move to the next step. And then what we can do for the next is we're going to select this edge, and then we're going to use plane surface. It's a self-interpret surface. That means that this edge has some issue. So let's take a look of the edge condition. Looks fine. Let's see if we have some problems during the process. Let's use fillet edge. It's working. So change the radius to 0.2. Perfect. And then for this one, what we can do is we're going to use the red curve, and we're going to Control C, Control V, move it, then extrude it down. Select those curves, loft it, and for the bottom one, let's hide this exterior one, select the duplicate border, select this one, and then planar surface. Join them all together, explode it, and then join them together, because it was an extrusion and we don't want extrusion in the system. So let's delete the extrusion, and then we're going to do fillet edges again. 0.2 is fine. Great. The next thing we can do is we're going to use planar surface. First curve, second curve. We got it. And let's see if we can join them together. We did. And then let's see if we can do fillet edges. We got it. And if we can, maybe we can change it to 0.1. Let's join them together. And let's do fillet edges for the inner circle also. Right. So that's what we're going to get. And let's take a look of the zebra line one more time. This continuity is all right. This looks like G1. This continuity in between is great. And yeah, once you zoom in, they are great. And for the horizontal one, Those are great. Everything looks awesome. So if we go to this view, and then we can turn off the EMAP, turn on the EMAP, sorry. And we can go to the grid, click off everything, come to the light mode, and this is what we're gonna get. So thank you so much for your attention, and I'm looking forward to see you in our next tutorial.